was no answer at all, causing Lenora to fall silent. "Why do you ask?" Weston asked finally, turning his head to see her. "You haven't been the same since Henrietta cancelled things between you. I assume you still care very much." "I do still care. I don't hurt as I did, but I do care." Weston's gaze went back to the fire. "I have heard rumours that she moved to France." "I've heard the same." "So your wanting me to move out of London has nothing to do with the chance that I might bump into Henrietta here?" "Yes and no. You don't have to see someone to be reminded of them. I just thought it might be a nice change, and I know the church there is very fine." "I must be honest and tell you, Mother, that I have no wish to marry. I'm quite content as I am." "I'm very glad for you, Robert. Truly I am. You must know that even if it were in my power, I would never force or even pressure you to take a bride. My suggestion comes only with thoughts of your heart, and perhaps the good a change could do." Weston smiled at her. "I'll think about it. Thank you." With a tender touch to his shoulder, Lenora took her leave and retired to her room. She didn't think she would see her son until dinner, but he was knocking on her door just an hour later. "I've sat for the last hour," Weston told his mother, "and thought and prayed about nothing but Brown Manor. I've never known such peace. It's not very far from London, and I agree the change would be good." Weston suddenly smiled. "I think it's time to leave the nest." Lenora reached to hug him. "When will you go?" "I'll send Mansfield in a few weeks and follow later on. I'll secure affairs here and then go. Maybe you'll visit me?" Lenora smiled. "I'll let you go and get settled. After that, nothing could keep me away." Chapter 1. Collingbourne, England, May 1811. "How are you?" Anne Gardiner asked, as she slipped into the small cottage and embraced her friend Lucy Digby. "I'm very well, and even in my condition," Lucy rebuked her gently, "I can tell I'm getting more rest than you are." Anne smiled tiredly at her very expectant friend and took a seat on the small sofa when Lucy urged her that way. "Father isn't always this bad, Lucy," Anne explained when both women were seated. "But lately he's been very restless." "And that means what for you, exactly?" Anne thought about the question for a moment. "It doesn't necessarily mean more work in a physical sense, but he's on my mind more, and of course that can be very tiring. I saw him not too long ago and thought he looked very well." "Yes, he does. He enjoys rather good health for all his absent-minded ways." "So he eats regularly?" Anne chuckled a little before saying, "Not always at home, but I can tell that he never goes without." Lucy couldn't say the same of her friend. Anne didn't look unwell or ill-fed. Indeed, her colour was very good. But Lucy couldn't help but wonder when Anne had last enjoyed a new dress, or even a pair of gloves or hat. Lucy's own husband wasn't a wealthy man, but one look at her friend told Lucy she had so much more. The women visited until Lucy's 2-year-old, Meg, woke from her nap. After spending a little time with the toddler, Anne went on her way. She wasn't in a hurry to leave, but hers was a long walk home. Leven's Crossing. "Did you eat something, Father?" Anne Gardiner asked of her only parent, her eyes watchful of his face. The plate of food before him looked untouched. She had not made a large meal, it was just the two of them, but what little he'd served himself seemed forgotten. Colonel Gardiner did not answer. He gazed across the room, his bushy brows making him look rather fierce. He wasn't. He was naturally kind at heart.